Jeff, could you go ahead with your GM report, please?
I can. Good morning, everybody. So this past Wednesday, there was an insert in the Rossmore News that hopefully everybody saw. It is about the 14 ways residents can communicate and relay opinions to the staff and Rossmore Walnut Creek Board. And it also details 17 ways that the board and staff communicate with residents. This was kind of the brainchild of Leanne, so it was a good idea, and really want to thank Ann Peterson and her staff for putting this together. It was a good effort. You know, communication is so vital in everything that we do, in the programs and services that we provide, but getting the opinions, the questions, the ideas from residents and members is so vital. So this was a good document that I encourage everybody to take a look at, and not just look at, but take advantage of. I actually had the first resident reach out and meet with me yesterday based on this. So hopefully that will continue. Recently, there has been a few articles in the paper, letters to the editor regarding the food and beverage study that is ongoing. I know there's some discussion about that, so I just wanted to briefly mention what is going on there. So over the past few weeks, again, there's been some of those mentions. The RWC board has engaged the professional services of Synergy Restaurant Consultants to study the demand and detail the opportunities for expanded food service and beverage service within the Rossmore community. Synergy has issued their findings and their final report that has been presented to the Planning Committee. The findings indicate that there is demand and viability for expanded food and beverage service within Rossmore. This service would be with one identified operating partner. So we're not looking at having multiple restaurants operating and competing with each other. This is one coordinated food and beverage service that is operated by one partner. To initiate things, there is a RFP that has been designed to identify an operator for the Creekside facilities. The current lease for that facility comes up at the end of the year. So once this operator is established, then they can look at, and we can work with them on expansion of food and beverage operations to other locations within the community. So it will be a long-term effort to expand food and beverage opportunities working with that one selected partner. I did want to make a note in regards to the owners of the Creekside Bar and Grill. They have been the sole operator since the Creekside Clubhouse opened in 2010. The lease agreement with the current operator has taken various forms over the years. So initially, the lease agreement was based on a low rent in exchange for lower than market rate pricing on their menu items. And we worked together on pricing and on selection of items. Over the years, that lease agreement has moved to a more traditional lease and is based on the demand and so forth. So there is a full market rate lease in place with the current operator that includes rent as well as utilities. We are encouraged and continue to encourage the existing operator to submit a proposal. They are welcome to be part of this RFP process. The study that was done by Synergy was not a referendum on the existing operator. We are just looking for new ways to expand. So we look forward to Creekside participating in the process. In terms of employee transitions, we had 3 employees that left employment in June. Karen Caruth, who was our longtime member records coordinator, Daniel Pemberton, network administrator, and Lek Raj, who was a longtime golf course equipment operator 3, And we had 3 employees who were rehired or transferred to new positions in June. Luis Dunez transitioned from carpenter foreman to building maintenance manager. He took Clayton Clark's place. Jory Robinson moved from executive services to become a reservation coordinator in recreation. And Ken Rodell advanced from the technical support specialist to network administrator in information services. So a lot of good growth within the company. And that's my report.
Very good. Any questions for Jeff? Dwight.
So Jeff, for those of us who don't receive a printed newspaper because we're trying to save the trees, is there an electronic version of the insert that you held up that must be
There is
available?
availability, and Ann's going to come tell you how to get a hold of that.
Ann Peterson will speak to that.
So there is a digital copy. If you go to the Rossmore Walnut Creek page, that's the governance page on rossmore.com, you'll find a beautiful little PDF that you can scroll through, download, print, and there's a link you can email it to your friends. If you like to read the paper as the e-edition, but you want a physical copy, we also have copies of the brochure at Gateway and the news office.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Ann.